Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Hi, if you're new, my name is Brenda. So go get your snacks, go get your water, go get whatever you want to keep me company while I do my makeup and I tell you about the urban legend about shadow people. So Wikipedia defines shadow people as supernatural shadows that you will see, and you often see these shadow people at night. So these shadow people, you can't see them, like you can't make out like body parts, you just will see them in a certain length, certain width. You can sometimes see like the figures of arms and legs, but you cannot distinguish like how you would a human, and they're shadows. So it's like looking like when you see a shadow of yourself when you're walking to the park or something and you see a shadow, that's the same form you will see it, but you mostly see these shadow people at night. So let's backtrack a little bit. So shadow people have been seen for a long time. The mythology of shadow people dates back as to the early 600 BCE. Ancient Egyptians believed in shadow people, and they called them Calboids. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'll put the word up here. Romans believed these shadow people came from the underworld, and Greeks thought shadow people were literal shadows of themselves, that later on they would give those shadows of themselves to Zeus as a thank you to their god. And with that being said, all these cultures that believe in shadow people also thought that these shadow people are real and that they do exist. It's not part of your mind playing games on you or anything like that. In ancient Egypt, and particularly shadow people, what they believed were people that would go into bidding into the underworld to try and get all the souls that were lost or that could not find their way. So that's what ancient Egyptians believed. The most common form of shadow people presents themselves as a classic shadow being, which is described as being dark, inorganic, phantom-like, bipedal figures that look just like dark shadows. So it's like I said, just imagine yourself being outside and you see your shadow. That's what a shadow person is. And like I said, those shadow peoples, you can't figure out if they have facial features. You can't see their fingers, their feet. They literally just look like a outline of a human, but it's just dark. It's literally that, a shadow. A lot of people describe them as feeling very masculine. So that's like the energy they give off. It's very masculine, and they're oppressive. Oppression is like a mental pressure which is very stressful, and you are put under a prolonged cruel of time or treatment, or you feel like you're under control, and it puts you in mental distress. So that's what oppression means. And so some people believe that these shadow people are here to guide us or to show us the path that we should be taking. But these shadow people are often very scared. We should be scared of, as people say, is due to the fact that you do feel scared when you're in the presence of a shadow person, and you also sometimes can see them with glowing red eyes or glowing green eyes, which that is scary. I do not want to see that. And then like I said, some reports describe them as being scary, creepy, and they feel that they are harboring some evil intent, which means that they are trying to harm you, they're scaring you, and you just overall don't feel good being in the presence of a shadow person. And we also have claims. People think that these shadow beings are people that are time traveling and we just can't see them or talk to them. We just see like their outline figure, but we cannot talk to them or see their features. It's literally like a shadow. And of course, there are scientists that believe that people that claim to see shadow people are either in some type of physiological mental state, which means they can be deprived from sleep. They might have had some type of alcohol or drugs in their systems and they think they saw something. They can have sleep paralysis, illusions, hallucinations, and some people see shadow people, and that's like a sign of the beginning of having dementia. The reason why like there are urban legends is because, I mean, from the 600 BCE era, people have claimed to be able to see shadow people, and it's just passed down from generations to generations as to why we're able to see these shadow people and that they have some type of evil intent. Some cultures believe that it's just someone trying to guide us through life. And then experts believe that if you see a shadow person, it's best to just stay calm. Don't let your mind race, because then you'll run into problems such as thinking they're here to hurt you, and you'll become overwhelmed and discomfort, which is something that we do not want. And then, of course, some experts saying if you do come across a shadow person, it's best that you do not show them that you're fear, because then they feed off your fear, which makes total sense as to why a lot of the times when you feel fear and you're experiencing some type of ghost activity, that will intensify, because they thrive off of fear, and they just thrive of making feel people uncomfortable. That's what they're living for, basically. And of course, you just do a quick prayer. You tell them to leave you alone, and then you just start a prayer, a spiritual prayer for protection. So that is what a shadow person is. It's just someone that you can see as a shadow. However, you cannot make any more forms of that. Now, to my story. So I believe I have seen shadow people before. So when I used to live with my mom, I was a teenager. And I must have been either 13 or 14 years of age, maybe even close to 15 years. So it's a whole story, girl, okay? Like, it's a whole story. There's some brujeria involved with my dad and my mom. Supposedly, the reason why I was able to see these shadow people is because they were put on my mom due to some women being spiteful and wanting them to scare my mom. So it was like a evil entity, and I saw it, like, and it is a very scary thing to see. I remember it was Sunday, it was around 11 a.m. and I was getting ready for, I believe, either to go to church or I was just getting ready. I don't remember if I did go to church. And so my mom had like a little vanity where you can do your makeup. So it's just like this. It's an oval vanity and it faces this way, and there's a door behind you, and then you can see like to my room, down the kitchen, because we lived in an apartment, so it wasn't that big. And I remember I was doing my mascara, and I swear I saw like this human, or I saw this shadow, super dark, and I felt scared as soon as I saw it go from the kitchen to my room. And then I saw, like, I'm getting goosebumps telling this, and then I saw it like going back to the kitchen. And I remember being really scared, and I was like, okay, well, my sister's here with me, my younger sister. My older sister hasn't arrived. My mom's in the shower, and my dad's not home because he was working. And so I remember being super scared of it. And so when my mom got out, I told her that I saw this shadow thing walk from the kitchen to my room, from my room to the kitchen, and I told her that I felt very scared. And she told me that she never told us because she didn't want to scare us or anything like that. She has also been seeing like shadow people, and I was like, oh my god, why didn't you tell me? Like, I thought for a moment I was going insane. And it's like a super scary feeling. Like, if you've ever felt you've seen shadow people, it's probably because you have. And that wasn't the only incident. I also was showering once. It was like on a weekday, and I remember I saw a shadow on the outside of the bathtub. So, you know, you have your shower curtain, and you can often see, if it's a light curtain, the outside. And I remember I saw like a shadow like go like into my sink, and then it never left. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, like, I am truly super scared. I do believe in shadow people because I've experienced it, but I also know it's a different form of shadow people, because I do believe there's different forms. I'm sure there's some that try guiding us, and I'm sure there's like the shadow people that are put on you as a bad entity, as a bad energy to try and harm you. I definitely believe that there is some people that can put shadow people onto you. And a lot of people do claim to see shadow people. Like, if you go on Reddit, there's this post where people tell you their stories, and they're super scary. Like, they're really scary of how some people have encountered shadow people. And I know it's an urban legend, but I do feel like some people have the ability to see shadow people. One thing I forgot to tell you guys is there are claims that believe shadow people are extraterrestrials visiting Earth. So due to its deep culture impact dating back to prehistory, the shadow people have inspired many iconic creatures in popular culture. And one of them I just spoke about, which is Slenderman, which is a figure that it's in a suit, but they're white. They're not black like a shadow person. But shadow people has definitely inspired many other urban legends. And the person that created Slenderman did mention that how he created it was inspired due to urban legend of shadow people. So shadow people are scary. If you encounter them, don't be afraid. Just do a quick prayer, tell them to leave you alone, and goodbye. Don't pay much attention to them, okay? But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and as always, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe so our community keeps on growing. Comment down below if you have any questions for me or any misinformation I didn't present on the video today. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok. That's where you'll find more reviews on makeup if you're into that sort of thing. But I'll see you guys on the next video, and I hope you guys are not scared and are able to sleep at night. Have a good night. Bye.